we have wrapped up our school year and we are doing our summer school, which means that this next couple of weeks is my time to wrap everything up from our previous school year and get everything ready for our coming school year. Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. So today is going to be the first of 3 videos where I kind of take you along in different parts of the process of getting like everything wrapped up from last year and getting ready for the new school year. It's kind of the same process for me. They all tie together. You got to take the old stuff out and bring the new stuff in. And I can't bring you along for everything I do because I do quite a bit during the summer, but I thought I'd bring you along for 3 chunks. So today is going to be sorting through and just figuring out what records we're going to be keeping from the last school year. And then the other 2 videos are going to be resetting my homeschool cart, which I really enjoy doing, and getting my teacher binder planner all set up for the coming school year. So today, getting this all set up. What I want to do is I want to give you just a little bit of a glimpse inside of this bin and how I organize it just kind of for the school year. And then I will start the process and try to explain what I'm doing as I go, and you guys can kind of get a view of it in process. Um, the previous part to this process of how things get into this bin is how I take things out of my children's binders throughout the school year. As I'm setting up for the week, I take papers out and put them in here. If you're interested in that reset process for my kids' school binders, I did a video on that. I will link it for you guys so you can go check that out. If you're like, oh, I like that system, but like, what did you choose to put in here to begin with? Because this is just a very whittled down amount of what we have for the school year, but it's whittled down enough that I'm going to be able to do this all in an hour or so this afternoon versus like sorting through everything they've done over the year at the end of the year. So this system worked really well for me last year, and so I don't see a reason to change it. So let me go ahead and show you inside this, and we'll get moving on getting this all set up for the current year. All right, guys. So editing self here. I realized that I probably should tell you that our state doesn't require that I keep any sort of record or portfolio. This is something that I do on my own account. So as far as like legal requirements, I don't know. But as far as for me, I feel like even though our state doesn't require it, I would really like to have it on hand if we ever move to a different state, or if our state ever becomes has more regulations for homeschoolers. I'd like to be able to pull this out and go, hey, look, I've got proof, I've got evidence, this is their work, this is what we have. Just to have it, I think it's a great idea to have it on hand. So that's why we do it. But as far as like legal things, this is not for legal purposes. So I can't tell you exactly what you would need to do for your states if you have some legal requirements. You would have to find those yourself. But hopefully this could give you a place to start and then find the requirements you need and kind of use, if you like the system, use the system with those requirements. Okay, so here is my trusty bin. I think I picked this up at Target or something. It's just a snap open bin, and then it has the rails so you can have these kind of sliding hanging folders in here. Currently, blue is one of my daughters. I have this color coded. Red is another. And then when my son joins, he'll be either green or yellow, green or orange. And then right now, because I have extra room in here, the yellow is just a placeholder for me to put like some unit studies or holiday studies that I've printed out and don't want to just throw away because I think we'll do them again. But I don't really have a good place to store them. So they've kind of gotten in the back of here. And so these just hold some curriculum that I printed out and don't really have another good place for. Okay, I know that as my children get older and they have more grades filling this out, we will have to stretch this to 2, possibly 3 totes. But right now, while they're only using a couple of folders each, this works great. So I have my older daughter's pre-K year in here, and then her kinder year, and this is the one we're sorting through today, the one that I need to pare down and just figure out what we're keeping. And then I've already labeled her folder for next year, her first grade year. We will also be doing my younger daughter's preschool folder, and I have labeled her next kindergarten folder here. So this is just kind of a basic setup. The color code makes it really easy to find. And yeah, I just really like the way this works. So what I'm going to do is we are going to pull, I think I'll start with my kindergartner, and we're going to pull all of this stuff out onto the floor and sort through it. Hopefully you have a good view from there, but let's go ahead and start. So basically, everything that my daughter's done, or sample pieces of everything that she did in this last school year, is in here. So let me see if I can get all of this out. And really, the first step is going to be to sort it by subject. So math, handwriting, Bible, you name it. I need to just kind of sort this all by subject. Okay, so So as you can see, even though I have pared it down throughout the year, I still have way more than I need for records. The goal really is to keep a sample of kind of the beginning of the year, midway through the year, even a couple different spots midway through the year and end of the year, just something to show progress. So what I need to do is I need to sort all these in order of like beginning to end of year, right? Kind of get them in order and then just pick a sample that I like that shows progress in their subjects. So, um, we will do this on fast for you because you do not need to take the time of all of this. All right. So, this being her logic, this is what we are not keeping. We're going to make a nice, beautiful pile somewhere over there. That's going to get trashed. And this is what we are. Now, I probably still have more than I need. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total pages. Um, this is still probably more than I need for showing just as a sample. But I don't mind that. I don't mind just having a good reputable view. So what I've already done on the opposing sides of these, and I just haven't shown you just to keep their names private. But on the opposite side of each of these pages, I actually have their names and the dates they completed each of these pages. I do that when I take them out of the binder. So I already have that on here. But what I'm going to do is in my teacher binder that I use throughout the year, I keep logs. Um, and so in here, this would be for this subject here. I had kept a record of doing this as we've gone. Let me show you what I mean. Um, this is for this daughter. And what I've done is I just highlighted as we complete them throughout the year, kind of just to show how far we got in the book. So in this one, you can see we didn't maybe finish the last couple of pages of these subjects, but this shows just how much we did. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to staple that to the very front. Yeah, I'm going to staple that to the very front of this pile. And there we have her logic sample. And that's going to go neatly into her kindergarten folder. That's it. So I have to do that for each one of these subjects. So this last one that I put in here, which I got from my binder here, this was all oral exercises that we did, so I don't have any paperwork for her, but I have marked it off throughout the year as I went. So I'm just kind of putting this in here as a record. There's no like actual paperwork to show, but it's still kind of just recording, what we've done with it. So that's why that went in there. That was child number 1. I'm going to go ahead and do child number 2 real quick. There we have it. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions on the process, even any recommendations on how to make this a smoother, more simple process, I would love those. I'm happy with what I have, but I have no objection to even streamlining it even further. So let me know your thoughts. And I hope you guys are having fun with your summer school and getting ready for the coming school year.